What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Elliott Delp. This is Sparky, back again like you never left. And today we're going to be talking about tactical shotguns. The Mossberg 590 versus the Remington 870.
Express Tactical.
Express Tactical. Well, okay, this is the Mossberg 599 shot. And
Specifics.
And that is a
Remington Express Tactical.
870 with some modifications to it. These are probably the leading standard for pump shotguns in tactical pump shotguns in the world. Like the most popular, you know, these are the go-to for
law enforcement. These are law enforcement mainstays.
Our local law enforcement I know uses this. There's a little bit of variance between the two shotguns.
Controls a little different.
Yeah, controls a little different, and we're going to talk about all of that. First thing we want to talk about is we have no affiliation to either of these companies. I bought this one from 801 Weapon Works, big shout out to him, and then Sparky bought that one from probably Roll King.
Roll King back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, so both of these are picked up on our own dime, so there is no affiliation there whatsoever. We want to take a brief second to thank the biggest sponsor of the channel, Velocity Ammo. Velocity has been supporting us and feeding the firearms, helping us make these review videos for you guys, and allowing us to shoot their ammunition. So big thank you to them. You should check them out. Link is in the description, and if you head on over to Velocity Ammo and use my code DELP, it saves you 5% on your whole entire order, and if you buy anything over $200, shipping's free. Second thing is you should be wearing some Basement Operator when you go to the range. What are you doing?
Oops.
Go check us out at basementoperator.com. That is one of the biggest ways we fund the channel here. We got some super sweet merch dropping. This was our exclusive, this was the one from last year, the 4th of July.
Oh, okay. Oh, better Labor Day, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, this was the 4th of July one from last year. So you should go check us out, basementoperator.com. First things first, let's talk about price point, barrier to entry with these shotguns. This 590 right here, this is 599 shot. This one has a little bit more features from the factory, where from, you know, just the normal 590. This thing runs MSRP for 570. You could probably find it about $500, give or take. I think that's what I picked mine up at.
Yeah.
And I know the traditional 590s are not very expensive, $450, $400, you know, with, you know, just the normal, just the basic stuff. And what about your Express Tac?
The Express Tactical, I think now you can find them just plain Jane Express Tacticals for like $399.
Yeah,
ish.
Right at that $400 price
depending on where you get. This one, it's got MacBook Furniture Light, a couple slings.
Probably run a little bit more.
So yeah, I think I got closer to 7 or 8 in this thing.
Yeah.
So it's, but this one, like I said, this one's been bougied up a little bit. This is not a stock. I'm sure you can buy them with MacBook Furniture on them from somewhere. You know.
I'm sure you can, because you know, like the Remington like 700s you can buy with, you know, Magpul already on it.
Magpul Hunter stock.
I've honestly never looked and seen if you can just, you know, buy them with Magpul stuff on them, but I'm sure you can.
Yeah, this is just the Magpul SGA 870 furniture.
Yeah.
4 end and stock and all the different sling mounts on it.
He couldn't stand it not being FDE.
Yeah,
exactly.
You should be proud. I just bought a Magpul stock the other day and it's gray.
For what?
Creedmoor.
Good, great. So they're similarly priced, give or take, you know, 50, 100 bucks, in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
You know, not, the 100 bucks is probably not making you or breaking you in terms of you're looking at these two shotguns. You're probably looking at other features and other things when you're considering these two.
Which is going to be more fit your scenario and what you're
fit your play style.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
That is right.
So I'm going to go over mine real quick, and then we can go on to yours and we can kind of duke it out in terms of which one's better.
You'll hit the pros and cons of this bad boy all at the same time, or just the pros?
We can hit the pros and the cons, I guess.
Give me an overview, and then we'll hit the pros and cons.
There you go. All right, so this 590, and the reason I went with this one is it's got a 20-inch barrel. It's got the heat shield, which, you know, just looks cool.
It's great for frying bacon.
Great for frying bacon. When you got to cook with it. It does get warm. This is the 9-shot, so it holds 8+1. You got more ammo. Would you say the fudge would say I wouldn't need it?
Yeah, so you know.
It's too much. It's holding too much.
If the guy's carrying a 1911, he's like, oh, it's too many rounds. It's too many rounds.
Yeah, way too many rounds.
Either a bad shot or you got a bunch of bad guys. One or two.
Better to have and not need than need and not have.
Oh, I agree. I'm just.
Yeah, it's already tapped, as you can see here.
Put your little red dot on it.
Oh yeah. Actually, I don't know if I'd want a red dot. I don't think I'd want sights on it, honestly. It doesn't need it. Yeah, it doesn't need it. The safety's here on the back, whereas it's very traditional for the Mossberg
500s.
Yeah, have that safety right there. It's a nice, you know, hard safety. And then synthetic furniture. That's one thing I wish was a little bit different on it, was the furniture, because it's, you know, meh. But overall, that's like the general.
Got a couple sling mounts.
Yeah, a couple sling mounts. Those
actually swivel, or are they just? Well, that one obviously doesn't, but
no,
that guy don't either.
No, neither of them actually swivel.
Very basic.
Very basic. But overall, that's like the general gist of the shotgun.
Does it shoot 3-inch or just
3 inch?
Okay.
I think so. I've been running 3-inch. I think it does. Pretty sure it does. That's what I've been shooting in it. So,
so then, yeah, we're good.
It probably says it somewhere on the barrel, but there's
something in the way. What's
there's a heat shield in the way.
Reading do be hard. 2 3/4 3-inch shells. We're good. Is that a full choke barrel, or what we got? Fixed full chamber. It don't say. It doesn't say on the heat shield. It's probably a full
fixed.
Fixed what?
Wait, length of pull fixed. Cylinder barrel.
Cylinder. Okay, so
Cylinder
that's gonna be
bore.
your wider. That's gonna be your wider.
Yeah, Sparky's the shotgun man. I'm just dipping my toes into it right now.
I'm converting them.
Yeah.
Get away from the evil black rifles to
black shotguns.
To scatter guns. To scatter guns.
Why don't you do an overview of yours, and then we'll bounce back and forth between it.
So the 870 Express Tactical controls are a little bit different. The safety on this one is on the rear of the trigger, right there. Your release for the pump is right here in the front. That's pretty much it on 870 as far as controls go. And then I added, it came stock with the swivel sling stud up here.
But he doesn't use it.
Doesn't use it. I added the Magpul one right there, so I can do QD or use the clip, which I'm using the clip on this multi-mission sling. And I got a few QD mounts here. I just got fixed there. Got the shell holder on it, which, like I said, that was a little bit extra. Also got a sling mount right there. You can adjust the comb and there, all that kind of stuff on here. Regular Magpul SG8 furniture, but I got a little Streamlight, little cheap Pro Tac on there.
If you've been following the channel, this has been talked about probably 100,000 times. We've just never compared it to a 88 or a 590.
Mm-hmm. This is a fair fight.
Yeah, this is more of a fair fight. One of the things is that one does have a shorter barrel. This is an 18.5 inch. Was it hold 5+1?
Yeah, this is a 5+1.
Those are the two, I guess, big differences between these two. Is this one does have, you know, a 20-inch barrel and holds, you know, the 3 more shells. Mm-hmm. But then again, this one was, you know, a little bit more in terms of base price.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is not your basic 590.
Yeah, but that's also not your basic, you know, 870.
Well, it is, but I just added stuff to it.
Yeah, so
you could have bought a regular 590 and bought the same furniture.
Well, when you're trying to pick the two, what do you think the biggest key difference is, Sparky?
I personally think, well, I grew up shooting 870s, so I'm partial to 870 because of what I'm used to. I think the action of 870 is smoother, in my opinion. So that's one thing I lean towards. Then another big thing is your safety and your release for your pump and all that kind of stuff. Like,
where do you want it? Yeah. On the firearm.
Yeah, on your 590 and most of your Mossbergs, the release is back here behind the trigger, right there. So you got to push that guy for it to go down. On the 870, it's right here on the front. So that's one thing that's different. Some people like the safety being right here on the top, which is nice for if you are a lefty. It's right there, piece of cake. Either hand, it's same spot.
Yeah, and it's called ambidextrous.
Southpaw, either way.
Whatever.
It is nice for the price point that this thing is drilled and tapped.
Yeah.
I would say, you know, I'd have to pay a little extra money to get, you know.
How much do you think it cost? $100?
Depends. But yeah, I mean,
who you took it to?
Yeah, who you took it to, it'd probably be around, I'd hope it's not more than that, but it should be in that price range. But yeah, and the heat shield is kind of nice.
It looks cool. That's the most important.
That's all that matters. Looks, man.
Yeah, as long as it's looking cool. Now, I will say, racking yours and racking mine, yours is a lot smoother. Yours also has a lot more shotgun shells through it.
This thing has been shot a bunch. But I think out of the box, it was.
You think it was more?
When I was working the counter and stuff, I always thought that the 870s were smoother.
Yeah.
But that's just preference. I think they're smoother. But yeah, but this one's been shot a whole bunch. So that's gonna play into it a little bit. At this point, these two guns, like I said, they're pretty comparable in price point and what they're meant to do. Like I said, your controls are just a little bit different.
Yeah.
So you can kind of do whatever you want, and you can have guys that are diehard Mossberg guys that grew up shooting 500s, and that's what they're gonna want.
That was my first shotgun.
See, there you go. So, you know.
That's kind of why I'm here with the Mossberg. I do want to get an 870 and get like a tactical version of the 870 as we're starting to branch more and more into shotguns. You know, that's one of the things I'd like to get into. But yeah, I think the main difference, as you talked about, is the controls, how it's set up, what you're looking for, and like the big difference is this one's tapped. This one's also like $100 more expensive out of the box. Whereas if you get a normal 590, I'm not sure if the normal 590s are already tapped and ready to go.
Yeah, that I do not know.
But like this one is, and I think I paid like $500 for this one, and I'm happy with my purchase.
Oh yeah.
I think in the general sense, there's not a whole lot of difference in functionality.
No, they're both gonna work the same. And just controls are slightly different.
Yeah, and how they perform. And I think in terms of parts availability, that's another thing. There's 1,000 different parts out there for all of them, and they're easy to come by, they're easy to buy, and they're all big box stores. You know, Gander Mountain, Cabela's, Bass Pro Shops, all the places you're looking for firearms equipment. They're probably going to have them because they are so commonplace, and like
I said, two of the more popular tactical shotguns out there.
And if you're looking for them, these are hard to go wrong with. If you're dead set on a Mossberg and you can't find one, I don't think you'd be disappointed if you got an 870.
No, like you put either one of these in someone who halfway knows what they're doing, they're going to be able to do the job the same. You know? Like so controls are slightly different.
Getting used to the controls is the big thing.
I got to think about it. If I grab that Mossberg, I got to think about like, my safety is here.
Yeah.
You know.
But in terms of build quality, I think.
Oh, the quality is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
you're buying a $400 shotgun, you're going to get about
similar.
the same in terms of your build. Did the action on this one? What was it? Was it like a plastic one? When you first bought it?
This one stock came with black synthetic stock and fore-end.
Very similar to this?
Very similar to that. It was a little bit sturdier. That's another thing with Mossberg is
that their rattle.
They got that rattle, which I mean, this one does. It's not as bad, but that's one gripe with Mossberg is that they tend to be a little rattly up here. But 870s are a little bit tighter. You can't go wrong with one of them. You put these in anyone's hands, they're knows what they're doing, should be fine. But
I was just comparing the look. I think I like the matte of yours a little bit better
than the darker.
Mine looks more like it would be a police gun or like a military gun. Yours looks a little bit, I don't want to say nicer. I don't know.
Well, it's also like I said, this is a stock 599 shot, and this is
well, I'm talking about just the finish.
Oh, the finish. Okay,
just the finish of the metal.
I got you.
That's what I was talking about.
I can see that.
In conclusion, I don't think you can go wrong with either of them. It's just the type of controls you want on it and how
your brand allegiance. Other than that, what would draw you to a 590? Culture, video games, movies. Would that sway you any?
I would say, I'm drawn to the 590 because I've shot the 500 my whole entire life. My very first turkey shotgun was just,
basic 590.
A basic, like the most, I think my grandfather paid like $25 for it.
Yeah.
I've had no problems with it at all. And I think that's what has kept me on the
Mossberg side.
The Mossberg side. Now, with that being said, I think he just bought that shotgun and just happened to buy the shotgun.
Yeah,
I don't think, because he has like old 870 tactical from when he was in like he was running security at the Arsenal, and he picked it up there. So he's got like an old one, so I don't think he has brand allegiance to Mossberg per se.
Oh yeah. And most people don't really think about that. They're just like, okay, which one's going to fit my purpose?
And I think a lot of things comes down to availability.
Yes. So
some people probably don't think that hard on it. I think what might be the deciding factor on whether or not they go 590 or 870 is what's in stock at the store.
I think that is changing some with how more and more people are buying guns online, having it sent to local FFL.
Yeah.
I think that's changing.
The culture's changing.
I think it's more than I'm gonna buy what's at the shop at Joe's gun store down the street. I'm just gonna buy whatever tactical shotgun he's got in stock. I think that's changing because you can just go on 10 different websites
And
now
pick something
and pick
get it
out
sent.
what you want to a degree. But there are some people that still, they're just gonna buy what they got down the street.
Well, it's like this one, 801 Weapon Works. I wanted one that looked different, that stood out. Heat shield was awesome. I thought the ability to hold 8+1 was very appealing, for a tactical shotgun. So that's why I went with this one. And I've been wanting the 590 series for a long time. I actually wanted one of the more tactical ones, the 590 A1s that came with like a mag pull thing already, but I wasn't trying to pay $1,000 for a shotgun.
Yeah. One thing these guns have in common.
What?
They both have the automatic back door opener.
Great. I didn't say that. He said that.
I had to. I had to say it.
I think you really couldn't go wrong.
Both gonna do the same.
Both going to do the same job. It's just
controls and preference.
Controls and preferences. So we really appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe button. Go leave a comment down below. That helps the YouTube algorithm and helps push us to the top. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. Links in the description. You got to use the link because if you search Elliott Delp, you won't find me because I'm shadow banned. Appreciate everybody for watching. As always, take someone outdoors. Peace.